Hi guys, my name is Rahul and today I am going to do the review of Vivo X70 Pro. First we will start with the unbox experience here. This is a great unboxing experience. Nowadays phones does not come with chargers and accessories like that, just phone and the cable here. You get the cable, the flash charging, fast charging brick, the USB Type-C cable and a pair of earphones along with a back case. That is, you are ready to go after you unbox the phone. That is what I call a premium unboxing experience, and I am really excited for doing the unboxing of the phone. So now we can talk about the display here. It has a 6.56-inch Full HD plus AMOLED display with 120 Hz refresh rate, and it has HDR10 plus support. It's a very nice looking display. It has great colors as it's AMOLED, and you can see the DRM level is 1 L1, so I guess it will support full HD plus playback in most of the OTT platforms, and in the YouTube it supports the HDR videos up to 4K itself, so that is great to see. It is a great display whether it's indoor or outside. uh, it's not the greatest device outside, but it still is really good, and sound is also okay. As you can say, single squeezer sound from the device is just okay. So let's go to design now. Design, it's a very good decent looking phone. It's little bit shiny. On the back you can see all the four cameras with the laser autofocus. It's a not it's kind of a lightweight phone. It's very easy to hold and very easy to maneuver. On the side you can see the power key and the volume rocker button, and on the bottom you can see USB Type-C port, the single down firing speaker, then there is the sim card slot and a microphone. So as talking about design, it's very easy to hold. It feels very light for the device it is, and I absolutely love the experience or the in-hand feel I had using this phone. So it's a great phone, but the design is little flashy. I really don't like this starry spiky things, shiny stars on the back like that, but it looks cool I guess, and we will definitely put a cover because it's a glass phone, so I don't know how much it matters now. The fingerprint scanner is actually pretty good. The in-display fingerprint is fast, it's accurate, and it detects most of the times. I mean, 95% it has detected my finger. Maybe one more time it didn't detect because I think it was slightly wet. My fingers were slightly wet. I'm not sure. So then there is also the face unlock, which is not really secure or anything like that, but there is an option for that too. It's quite fast. See, it didn't detect because the mobile was in front of my face. Now when I remove the mobile from, it detects it very fast and very accurately. But as I said, it is not very safe, so that is that. Then the SIM card slot, as you can see that there is no headphone jack or a micro SD card slot. It has dual SIM slot, it supports 5G, and that is it. So I am a person who like the micro SD card slot and headphone jack. I still try to hold on to that, but I know it's impossible nowadays to see a phone with both, especially at this price point. So now talking about the battery, it's 4450 mAh battery is there. Then there is the 44-watt fast turbo charging or flash charging. I don't know, there is different name for everything. It charges up to 65% in 30 minutes, and under 1 hour it will full charge. The battery life actually is pretty amazing. I didn't expect that. I always get 7 to 8 hours between screen on time because of my usage. Maybe I'm not a gamer, so I don't game at all. So even my friend who is currently using this phone also does not game, so maybe our usage is like that. Because of that we are getting this screen on time and great battery life. So talking about the software, it has FunTouch OS 12, and it's a decent OS, that's it. But the problem here is that there is no real updates from Vivo. At least on this device, at least we have not received Android 12. And even the security patch, just before the review I also tried, the security patch is still on December. Even my phone Huawei P30 Pro, which is 3 years old, is still running on February or March update, if I'm not wrong. So you can see that Android security patch is December 1. So that is very disappointing, but otherwise the software is pretty decent, it's very usable, and it's pretty smooth also, so no crashes or anything like that, so there are no weird things. The processor here is the MediaTek Dimensity 1200, and it's a pretty decent processor. If I say, I don't game as I mentioned earlier, so this is the benchmark scores. I actually took it from phone or in a website, but it kind of give you a reference like this. But forget about this benchmarks. From my usage, I have started using this phone from October, so it has been running very smooth even now. So the performance has been nice, but I wish at this price point they should have provided at least Snapdragon 870. If it was there, it would be nice, but the processor has held up really well, unlike many MediaTek phones in the previous years. Like, so that is a good thing. See, it's very smooth. There is very rare cache. I know this is a 120 hertz display, but the processor has to handle this display, right? So it's very smooth. So there's no complaint on the processor point. So now the main talking point of this phone is the cameras. It has four cameras and a laser autofocus on the back. The primary camera is 50 MP f1.7 aperture Sony sensor with gimbal stabilization. Then there is 12 MP 160-degree ultra wide angle camera. Then there is a 12 MP 2x lens, telephoto lens, 50 mm lens with a f1.98 aperture, and there is an 8 MP 5x periscope lens for the zoom. You can almost zoom up to 10x without much problems. And there is a 32 MP f2.45 aperture selfie camera also. This sample will give you an idea of the zoom range of this phone. So talking about the quality of the stills, it's really amazing. The primary camera, I absolutely love it. It has amazing HDR quality in daylight or the lighting actually doesn't matter for this sensor. It actually performs really well. Maybe because of the gimbal stabilization also, it helps in stabilizing the phone. So there is very less blurry photos in the night. Even I rarely used night mode for night pictures because that it has an absolutely great uh, pictures in the low light or even extreme. If it is really extreme low light, only you to try the night mode. You can see from the pictures also it has great detail, decent detail on the night mode, night also. In daylight it has very good detail. It's a pretty amazing main sensor. I absolutely love it. So these are pictures actually really light. It's a 7:38 around that kind of time. These pictures were taken, handheld obviously. No night mode or anything like that. I don't think I have used night mode. It's just on auto. There is very less noise, and you can all see this, right? Uh, See, this is amazing. This is a really great performance. So the main camera is amazing. So is the ultra wide angle camera. I really like the ultra wide angle camera, but I wish it was more of a 120-degree around that, rather than 116-degree. So it would be a little bit more wider. So that was something I really wanted to have, that kind of look. But still, daylight it is really amazing. Even in the low light, in the mid conditions also, it's pretty decent, pretty good. But it is better if you use the night mode for ultra wide angle camera at low light. In the daylight it's really amazing. You can see the pictures. It looks really great quality, detail. HDR processing is great across all sensors, so there's no need to talk about that. You can see the low light pictures here, right? You If it is extreme low light like this, you can use the night mode. I personally prefer to use night mode on ultra wide angle camera. It will be really right, especially there is no moving element in the pictures. Using night mode is the better way to preserve the picture. See, this all are actually shot in night mode. Sometimes it automatically triggers also, but if you choose the night mode also, it will actually take some more time to capture the image. I'm also going to put my friend in front of this because this picture looks great because of the perspective the ultra wide angle camera give in the even the low light. Telephoto 2x zoom lens is also another camera that is really great. In daylight, as usual, it performs really well because of the f1.9 aperture. In the low light, also it really performs really well. 2x zoom is pretty nice for street photography, if you ask me, but it is more great to use in the portrait mode. I absolutely love the portrait mode. We will talk about the portrait mode in the next samples. But here you can see that it has great dynamic range, good details, and it's a very good pictures. It is taking really good pictures. So that is there. In the low light also it performs very well. In decent mid light it performs really well. You can use the night mode if it is a little bit extreme also. But it performs really well, that is what I had to say. Because I thought like many other flagship cameras, maybe in low light it will switch into 1x camera. No, it is actually using the 2x lens and it surprised me and I'm happy with that. These are actually like 637 around range photos. Then we will go to the really low light. It has been taken up 8 p.m. or something like that. So even then it performs really well. You can see that I think I have used the night mode here, maybe, but still look great night mode, or else also it will work really fine. So the 5x periscope zoom is really for the daylight pictures. In decent lighting also it can work, but it's an okay on the low light, but in daylight it has very good details and very good dynamic range as the other cameras. uh, I'm not so sure it has plenty of detail because it is just an 8 MP camera sensor. It has good enough details to share in social media. Even in the decent lighting, it will get. This is on pure daylight, so it looks really good. Even fast moving objects are not bad. You can see the waves which was fast moving. It has captured it really well. In the low light, like this time, this is 6:30, around 6:30, and it has come out really good. So you can see that this is around that time, around 6:30 and 7. So we will go into more and more low light so that you can understand. This is a little bit at the same time, but inside a cafe, but it came really good. But this picture you can see that there is a lot of noise on the clouds because we walked back and we saw that we took this picture. You can see a lot of noise. Even night mode cannot really fix this, because more the light goes down the 5x zoom because it has a really poor aperture. It really looks bad. If you use night mode in the extreme light condition, it will look really poor like this. So I don't know, but most 5x zoom lenses like the one I have with my Huawei P30 Pro also is pretty bad in low light even if you use the night mode. So that is that. You can zoom up to 15x, but the 10x is the sweet spot here. 10x zoom and daytime it actually produces great pictures to share in social media. 15x is also okay, but 10x is the sweet spot here. It looks nice. You can see that the pictures actually look pretty detailed, and obviously it is a digital crop of the 5x zoom, but there is some kind of AI on the play here, but it looks really nice. So you can see the details here. So now we can go to the portrait here. First the 1x lens. So you can take portrait in 1x and 2x mode. The 1x lens is pretty good and it looks really nice. Even on the low light, 1x lens will be the better choice because uh, I thought it was the better choice, but you can see in the 2x photos also the low light performance in the portrait mode is really good. And because the aperture is really low here, it can take great low light picture. This is on 9 p.m. or something like that. It took really great pictures here. Also the focus, the blurring is also, but sometimes the HDR overposes like this. This is a little overpose because of the bad lighting conditions on the cafe itself. And this you can see that this is great if it is it does not have too much artificial lights around. This is also a really good photo. And even object portrait also works really. You can say that I have focused on this front bulb here, but my favorite lens is 2x for the portrait. It looks so amazing. It looks like a DSLR picture for me, like a 50mm lens. That's the look of it. I don't know, I had took lot of pictures, and even my friend who is not very good at taking pictures, he even take some nice portraits of mine because of the amazing portrait lens it has. It also has the tendency to overdo HDR like this, but if you have not met this person you will think that this is a great photo, but his facial tone has been rendered poorly. But even in low light you can see that 2x zoom lens actually works really well, and the 2x zoom lens actually looks better on for the face. This is also pretty extreme low light, like 8:39 p.m., and it has come out really good. Then the ultra wide angle camera actually has a uh, focus on the lens. Because of that, you can see take the macro with that lens. Because of the that sensor itself, you can get great details out of the macro shots. Because you can see that it looks really great, and absolutely love the pictures coming out from the macro mode also. And I really enjoy shooting macro, but obviously you can only take macro pictures in the daylight itself. If in low light, it will look pretty not really great, because you are going so up close. You really need good lighting for taking good macro pictures, if you ask me. Then the selfie camera is a pretty good camera. It has good details and all. Sometimes it also has tendency to overprocess, but this image is really tough to get. My face was looking like a silhouette, but it somehow get the details on the shadows. This picture is really nice, because it has come out really good. But the problem with the front camera is that if you put it on the portrait mode, sometimes it does not detect it as a portrait mode picture. So if you have to select it manually in the portrait mode. Manually, there is another extra modes for the portrait mode. If you select one of the special modes, you can get a portrait mode picture. Otherwise, some of the pictures I had taken here is portrait mode, but I didn't take that pictures rightly. In the low light also, front camera actually performs really well. You can see that this is a pretty low light condition here, but it has performed really well here. I am going to share one portrait mode photo, because some of the pictures didn't get become portrait, so I am sharing this, the front camera portrait selfie. So the HDR issue is like this. If you have beard, sometimes it overprocesses like this, and it looks really weird on this. The black beard looks like a guy from outside foreigner. That is a issue they didn't have fixed through software yet. So the you can see the zoom range here. It can zoom up to 5x to 10x, up to 10x. I think in video 5x is better. Only 1080p. Only you can switch the lenses while recording. It has decent video quality here. In the 1x lens, you can record 4K, and also it has very good stabilization because of the gimbal. Other cameras also 1080p, it has good stabilization, but the quality is not really great. It is decent quality. Sound recording is also very nice. You can check out the samples for the videos. This is the rear camera daylight sample of X60 X70 Pro. Ultra wide primary, which has the gimbal stabilization compared to X. Obviously, then the 5X. Hi, this is the front facing camera sample of Vivo X70 Pro, which can record up to 1080p. This is the 1080p video camera sample of Vivo X70 Pro in low light. It seems it can switch between the four lenses in this. Let me check out that. So this is the 0.6x, this is the 1x, this is the 2x, this is the 5x. Let's see how this works. 5x, that's pretty nice. I see. Let me walk few steps to see the stabilization. Then let me walk in the 2x mode to see stabilization, and let me walk in the 1x mode. Stabilization, it's pretty good, I say. This is the rear camera low light sample of Vivo X70 Pro. This is the 1x Super Night sample video of Vivo X70 Pro. It's kind of unfortunate that it can only record up to 1080p from the front camera. So here is the sample of that. There is no 4K recording here. So as a conclusion to Vivo X70 Pro review, the cameras of the phone are terrific. It's very versatile from 0.6x to 10x zoom range. You can take amazing still pictures. That's an amazing thing to have, especially at this price point. The ultra wide angle and primary camera is really good. Even at night, the primary camera is really great. You don't even have to use uh, the night mode here. Then there is the stabilization. The primary camera's gimbal stabilization is really great. It's amazing that they can provide such stabilization at this price point. Then the display of 120Hz Super AMOLED is really great for content consumption and everything. The phone actually is running really smooth with the Dimensity 1200 even after these many months. Almost it was released in October, so I am pretty surprised with the performance with Dimensity 1200. Obviously, I'm not a gamer, so I don't know how well it performs in the gaming department, but for normal use and the photography and everything, it's really great. The battery life has been amazing. The 4450 mAh has really been really good even after using this long. So that is a plus point for me. The unboxing experience also was really great because it provides everything you need to start using the phone straight away after unboxing the phone. That is not something that we can see at this price point nowadays because everyone is just giving a cable with the phone, and I think it's a wrong way to go, because as a flagship phone you're paying this much, you deserve an amazing set of accessories with the phones. That's how makes it an amazing unboxing experience for a flagship phone. So as a disappointment also, the camera itself is also a disappointment in some sort because it's called a camera centric phone and has been pushing it as such. So not able to record 4K on all lenses is very disappointing because I am using a Huawei P30 Pro that is 3 years old. All the lenses except for the front camera it can record 4K. At that time when the Huawei P30 Pro was launched, the front camera 4K was not very popular. So I can understand with Huawei's decision, but Vivo X70 Pro decision is very surprising because 4K recording is not available on all lenses. Then on the cameras also, the selfie camera, the front camera, while taking portrait selfies, most of the time software does not enable the portrait mode. That's surprising. If you go into the menu in the portrait mode itself, there is a different type set of portraits. If you use one of those portraits, then the portrait mode will be enabled. Otherwise, if it is just turned on to portrait modes, many times the photos will not be portrait in portrait mode. Then there is a HDR issue. If you are clicking HD, sometimes the HDR mess up. Even though the HDR is great, sometimes it's mess up, especially with people. If you have a beard, there is many times I have seen this. The beard issue. The beard will be, if you are a black beard, it will be turned like a golden beard, like the golden brown beard, like a foreigner. So that's very disappointing because this bug has not yet been fixed by Vivo, and that is because they are really poor in the software update department. The phone is still running on Android 11 and the security patch is December. I'm really disappointed with it because my phone, which is 3 years old, has a February or March security update, and this new phone does not have the latest security patch. Is very disappointing, especially considering it is kind of a flagship phone for Vivo. The it is being neglected on software front is very disappointing. Then there is only single speaker when considering the many other phones at 15K even has dual speakers. That is also kind of disappointing. So uh, that is kind of my problems with the phone, but still I believe that the phone is still worth the price because just for the cameras and cameras alone, the image quality of the is just terrific, and I really loved used it for clicking pictures. My friend is very happy with the phone even after this many days. So I'm talking about the Diamond City processor also. I want to mention that it actually has performed, although I was kind of tensed about how it will perform after these many months, but it has performed really well. But still, I prefer to see a Snapdragon 870 at 50K. So that's it for the review. I really loved using the device, but Vivo X80 series launch is around the corner, so you have to wait and see how they price the Vivo X80 series before considering to buy this phone for this still photography versatility. So thank you for watching this video. I will see you on the next one. Bye bye.